Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairun Najwa binti Kamaruzaman, number matric 1201833, and my partner name is AMIRATUL IZZAH binti Muhammad NASRI 1201832. Okay, now I will like to share about our topic, which is knowing the methods of deaf people to communicate. Firstly, about introduction, the actors, Abdul Munir bin Ismail. Abdul Munir bin Ismail is an associate professor doctor in the Department of Islamic Studies. Currently, he works at the Faculty of Humanities, Sultan Idris University of Education, or we call in short, UPSI. He is also one of the academics who is responsible and dedicated and committed in carrying out the tasks entrusted to him. In addition, he has also published 9 scientific books, 5 manuscripts, 23 journals, and many more. Among the example of journal title published by him are Wanita dalam Gejala Tidak Bermoral dan Kaedah Membina Kesejahteraan Hidup, Amalan Hafazan Al-Quran di Darul Quran Jakim, and so on. Next are content review. Number 1 is the purpose of the study. This study aims to explain the way deaf people communicate in their daily life. In addition, there is also very little to tell about cause of hearing problems. Number 2 is research concept and themes. This article is about someone with a hidden disability that is in terms of hearing and focus more on the way they communicate with other people. Next is the theory used. To fix this problem, the theory can be used is by using a device known as a hearing aid, which is a type of device that is attached to the back of the earlobe. This tool can only be used by those who have low-level hearing problems. While for those with a several level of hearing, they only communicate using a simple survey system for the transmission of information and sign language.
Then the next slide is the research methodology used in this article. The first one is library research and the second one is field research that includes by 2 main methods, is interview and observation. Also, the result is there are several methods for deaf people to communicate in Malaysia, among that Bahasa Malaysia Hand Code method, American Sign Language, and the China Sign Language. The language of the deaf will experiencing current developments. Then they use speech communication methods or oralism and manualism. But Nation Sign Language or BIM is the most dominant among them.
After that, we talk about critical review. First question, what is the main issue raised or stated by the writer? The main issue raised by the writer is to recognize the ways and methods of deaf people to communicate with society. Question number 2, is the issue interesting and why? Yes, this issue is interesting to me. This is because we can learn more deeply about the way deaf people communicate with the people around them in everyday. This proves that we as a human being who are perfect in terms of hearing should be more sensitive and aware of ways to communicate with them in order to be better understood. Next question, are the issues raised or stated by the writer relevant to you as a research? In my opinion, this issue can be said to be relevant. It is because after research was done by me and my friend, we were able to find out in more detail how we can communicate with deaf people so that they can understand it more clearly. That is by learning their language, which is sign language. Then, do I agree or disagree with the content or research finding of this article? I agree with the result of this article. This article has given us so much information and new information more carefully about the communication method of deaf people with society. And question number 5, and how the research question answered by the researcher and authors? Yes, this question has been answered with evidence that the author has elaborated and explained in more depth the sign language is one of the effective ways used by all deaf people when communicating.
Furthermore, each research methodology is suitable through the selection of respondents about the group of deaf people and their methods of communication. Also, get the reliable information from the views of people deeply. In addition, the steps taken by the researcher must go through these 2 journal studies with the library research, which involve secondary materials such as newspapers and forms of writing from certain parties. And in field research, especially observation method, get involved directly to make continuous research and inspections in a certain area. So these are examples taken from our article. Besides, the relevant steps for each study should provide a clear explanation, and each researcher should be responsible for the issues of the study without any risk. In my opinion, and this article can give us a positive effect on about the method of deaf people to communicate properly. Each method that I learn can be practiced when I am with deaf people. For me, based on data collection in this article, is more than qualitative, and we can improve it with more of people, get more deaf people who can cooperate, and additional information to support this research. In short, as a prospective researcher, we get to know more about how deaf people communicate with other individuals, especially using by Malaysian Sign Language Code. Every knowledge will be practiced because our lives are mixed with disabilities people, so it becomes easier to communicate with them, also give awareness to us. So there are 10 references that we get from our article. That's all from us, and thank you!